For oral answer, would some honourable member care to move the House take note of miscellaneous business? It is my understanding the Māori Party has the first call.
Wake up, Tari! Wake up! Wake up, Tari!
Would someone, a member of the Māori Party, like to take the call? Hone Harawira.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker.
Order. From time to time, all of us make the odd mistake in this place, including me. And it's no reason to make so much noise. Hone Harawira. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, I wonder whether we should take another 30 seconds to allow the instructions to come in from New York.
Order. I'll choose
Mr.
to ignore that. Hone Harawira.
Mr. Speaker, it was with a sense of enduring shame that when the rest of the world was signing up to the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples in 2007, the Labour government of the time, without consultation with their own Māori caucus or with the wider Māori population, decided to oppose the Declaration, thus sending a very clear statement to the world that as long as Labour was in power, New Zealand would oppose the fundamental rights and aspirations of Māori people. And they openly declared that opposition, even though Māori had attended meetings all around the world for more than 20 years in support of the Declaration. And even though the draft Declaration had received the unqualified support of such national Māori icons as James Henare, Dame Whina Kupa, Dame Mira Sazi, Te Atairangi Kahu, Sir Robert Mahuta, Hui Verco, Sir Paul Reeves, Sir Happy Te Hehe, the Māori Women's Welfare League and the New Zealand Māori Council. So it was with a deep sense of satisfaction from within the whole of Māoridom that Labour got dumped from the government benches 12 months later and lost 4 of their precious Māori seats to an upstart party whose people had finally woken up to the fact that Māori aspirations were being strangled to death in a party of indifference, clearing the way for the brand new Māori Party to open negotiations with the national government, which led to yesterday's historic announcement to support the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, a document opposed vociferously by the Labour Party in 2007 and is still opposed by the Labour Party in 2010. So today, Mr. Speaker, I stand with pride to congratulate the Māori Party co-leader, Dr. Peter Sharples and his staff, for the months of negotiation and the lead up to yesterday's announcement that New Zealand would be supporting, without caveat, the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples at the opening session of the Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues in New York. And on behalf of the Māori Party, I congratulate Prime Minister John King and the National Party for the boldness of their decision to work with the Māori Party in recognising that Māori do hold a special status as the Indigenous people of Aotearoa, that Indigenous rights and Indigenous culture are of profound importance to this country and fundamental to our identity as a nation. And again, on behalf of the Māori Party, I acknowledge the long-standing support of the Green Party for the adoption of the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples and their commitment to the principles of Te Tiriti o Waitangi, and also to United Future for their support of government's decision to adopt the Declaration. And to ask the rest of this House, those who would speak against this document, some very simple questions like, why is it that opponents in this House can so comfortably sign up to international covenants on the rights of women, children, gay people and even dogs, but be so small-minded, petty and mean-spirited in their opposition to an international covenant on the rights of Indigenous people? A declaration that is aspirational in its wording, positive in its vision and uplifting in its nation. Mr. Speaker, the adoption of this declaration is deserving of a greater conclusion than I can deliver. So I leave my final words to the Honourable Sir Edward Taihakure Jury, who emailed us this morning to say this. My congratulations to the Māori Party caucus for the party's role in securing New Zealand's support for the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Were nothing else done during the party's lifetime, this one thing would be enough to secure for it a treasured place in Māori history. Notwithstanding the progress made through all the tribunal reports and court cases from the 1980s and the consequential changes in legislation and official policy, I would still rank the day that New Zealand gave support to the Declaration as the most significant day in advancing Māori rights since the 6th of February 1840. I do not overlook that the Declaration has only force the same seal of the treaty. Important statements of principle established through international negotiation and acclamation filter into law in time through both governments and the courts, which look constantly for universal statements of principle and developing policy or deciding cases. Most significant for the present is the statement that recurs throughout the Declaration that Indigenous people should be dealt with through their own institutions, a matter with potent implications for the Office of Treaty Settlements, the Council of Rental Trust, the Waitangi Tribunal, and for those developing policy for social service delivery.
Order.
I hope something will be done in time to honour those of our people who...
Order. Now, order. Before I call the Honourable Jerry Brownlee, I remind members that when the bell goes on the general debate, that is the end of a member's contribution, regardless of who the member is. The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr. Speaker, what do